my channel in another video. This is going to be a quick video. We are going to be talking about the pivot on a straight razor and how to adjust it. How do you know when you need to adjust it and how to adjust it is one of the most important part about this video. It's going to be a quick one, but if this is your first time in this channel, please feel free to subscribe. My name is Robert. I do videos about honing, sharpening knives, straight razors, motorcycles, all kinds of good stuff. Check out all my videos on the playlist. They are categorized so for ease of finding. So pivot, if you are not familiar, is right here. There's a pin that goes straight through. There's a hole on the razor, and then there's a brass pin that goes through. And if you see my scales are a little loose, and that's if letting the scales go. See that's not good. If I do it the opposite way, the blade will just slam, because this is such a heavy blade also, so it will just slam. So you don't want that. You don't want it just dangling there. You want it to have some resistance. And a lot of the older razors and most razors will have some washers inside, and these washers that are between the blade and the scales, these washers are usually made out of brass. So how do I tighten that, right? So that pin that comes straight through on the outside, hopefully you guys can see it, it has some washers. Sometimes our washers are just flat washers, and sometimes are raised, and they are kind of like a little donut, and then the pin comes straight through. I'm gonna be making some weird things here, but the pin will come straight through. And when the manufacturer or whoever build the scales, then they will hammer it and they will round it up over the washer, and that's about it. That's what's holding it there. Now, what do we need for this? So what we need, we're right now on the floor, makes less noise on the floor than on the countertop. What you need is a hammer. Now, you do not need a hammer. You do need a hammer, but not this big hammer. Please do not use a big hammer. You need a very small pin hammer. You need one of these, right? And you can use one of these, but not to hammer it. I'm gonna show you why I brought this one. I'm gonna be using this one, but not for what you think. Try to get one that the head is super small, and be patient. What you're hitting is brass, is super soft metal. You don't need a lot of force. I literally just let it just drop, right? You do not want to follow through, because if you follow through and you miss, you're gonna hit the scales, you're gonna break them. Don't follow through. You are just literally just going to tap it. Just let it drop and tap it. Now, important part and why you want to use a hammer like this is because you are not going to hit it dead center on the pin. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be hitting it around like so. And I'm exaggerating here, right? But it's going to be hitting like so. So you're going to be hitting it all around without touching the scales, right? So you need one of these, super cheap. I like to have a metal surface, and then I like to put the scales like so on that metal surface. Make sure that you are putting it where, let me see if I can make that happen for you, where you can see that it's resting on the pin. You don't want this, right? You want it like that, floating. And that's where you can use another hammer, like that. What you're gonna do is just tap it. Gonna go all the way around. Little tap taps. Little tap taps. You're gonna turn it, you do the same. Little tap taps. And I'm using the second hammer because this is a metal surface that a lot of us have in the house. And then you just check. And now it's getting a little bit better. Another thing you can do is open the blade. Please be careful. What I like to do is hold the blade like so, right? And then I tap. If you hold this, your blade can hit something that you don't want it to hit, right? So and why am I doing this with the blade open? It's because the scales are wedged, right? And if you open it, if you see the blade itself, the stock of the blade goes narrower. So by moving it this way, you're freeing it. And I can already tell that we're already a little bit tighter. All around, nice and gentle. Let's see. That's great. See, they don't fall. I mean, if you wiggle them, they do, but they don't fall. They don't move. They don't fall. Perfection. It's great when they have a little bit of resistance and they don't move, because when you are, especially when you are stropping, I hate stropping on when these are super loose because they move all over the place, and I use them to hold the blade, right? So, but yeah, there you guys have it. Super easy, and that's tight enough for me. Some people like them a little bit more tight, but that's tight enough for me. Boom. That's it, guys. This pin here, you never have to freaking do. I don't know why would that come loose, but this one, what happens, why it comes loose is friction with time. Is, you know, you are rubbing a harder steel against brass, and then it just gets loose with time. So couple taps, you know, less than 5 minutes, and then you're good to go. Do not use one of these hammers. You're gonna break your shit. So please don't. There you guys have it. I'm grateful you guys were watching. Hope this was helpful in any sort of way, and I catch with you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.